Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new here, you've stumbled along a yarn channel. I love knitting, I love crocheting, I love anything to do with yarn that's making things with it, just loving it and cuddling it and creating or dreaming about the projects that you can make, because let's face it, I've been collecting for a lot of years and I have reached what is commonly referred to as SABLE, Stash Acquired Beyond Life Expectancy. Yeah, but it still gives me so much joy. It really does. Talking about it, looking at it, dreaming about what it can be one day. All of those things just bring me so much joy. And that's pretty much what my channel is about. It really is. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share it, all that wonderful stuff. YouTube's weird, whatever. Enough of that. And I want to talk about today, being that it is Monday, this is my what have I done for the week kind of a video. What I haven't done, I do know, is write anything in my planner. If you've been here for a while, you know I do have a planner. It's my first time, actually using a planner type thing, and you'll know that, I've not been really good about writing in there. What I tend to do is I have goals and aspirations of writing in it daily. That's just not happening. But at least before I do my Monday video, I'll go in and I'll write down all the things that I've made, started, etc. That helps me for the monthly video, because if you think I'm having issues remembering what I played with in the week, doing it for the month is something else. It's like, what month did I do that? I know it's done. It's good. But no, I didn't do anything. I didn't write anything. So this one's completely off the cuff and trying to remember what I worked on. Yeah, I finished some things. That's good, right? Oh my goodness. I finished some things just in time to finish out the month of May. I got a couple more things done. So very, very happy with that. And if you watched yesterday, you heard me teasing about my husband's sweater. This is a sweater made out of Arcane Fibers yarn, and it is stunning. Well, I got some stories about that. I sat down and I worked on it because he just did another Arcane order for me. And, I would love to work with the yarns that he purchased me and make something else. But that's the running joke in the household, is I'm not allowed to start another sweater until I finish his. I have multiple sweaters on the needles and everything right now. So it's not like, oh, you're one project only. That's not it. But so I sat down and I worked on it. And I was right here. I was right here at that neckline of the sweater. And that's, going from the arms, going to the top up to do the collar. So that's exactly what I did. And the pattern had you go all the way down to, you had 66 stitches on the back, and you'd already bound off to make this, semi-crew neck shape or what have you. So, for the collar itself, you're doing ribbing and you want 100 stitches around. And I did try it on my husband. He said, are you gonna decrease some more? And I said, no, I'm just following the pattern. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this, right? Oh yeah, you do. You know where I'm going with this. I don't have the ends tied in yet, and it is glorious. It is stunning. Look at that. Look at that neckline. It looks beautiful. The entire sweater is done. This is off of Viking Knits. This is the Norse sweater. I've got gorgeous cables down the sides and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cute on me. It does. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now I just have ends to weave in. Unfortunately, he's not a fan of the collar. It's his sweater, but it looks really cute on me. And yeah, we're not sure about that neckline. We're not sure. By not sure, I mean I'm questioning it a bunch, which means I'm not happy with it. He doesn't want to say, no, I don't like it, because he knows me. And he's commenting, saying, if I say that I don't like it, if I say it needs to be fixed, it's going to go in timeout and I'm not going to get my sweater. I mean, is he wrong? So I took and I sent this picture to my friends and asked them, what do you think? And they agreed the neck needs to be brought in. Let's see. I don't know. I got videos. I got whatever. I don't know. Let's see. So on me, I think it looks adorable. On him, just a little bit bigger and everything like that, I think it looks fantastic. but on him, that's just a little bit too big. You know, girls can do decorative, guys, no, right? We don't do decorative for the guys. So everything that I did, yeah, I get to pull it back out. I do, because I think I can just pull down to, I'm going to pull farther than that, more than just the charcoal gray that I have here. Now that's a doubled collar, and it is stitched down on the inside already. I didn't trim my ends, and I didn't weave anything in yet, so it'll be a little easier for me to pull it out, thankfully. But I am going to have to bring that in some and then redo the collar for his sweater. Yeah, I know. I was so happy. It's like, yes, I got it done. I'm at the May. I get to show it off. Well, I mean, I technically got it done. I did, right? I mean, weaving the ends, this is perfectly fine. And you can definitely wear it out in public and everything and, you know, be kind of proud and all that other wonderful stuff. But if it were mine, I would leave it as it is because, hey, that looks cute. But as it being, it's his, that's another story. So, yeah. So this was a day to finish that, and that is, you know, in the not failure pile, but needs something. Yeah, it needs something. So I just have to go ahead and take out the naughty bits and redo it. Yeah, I know, but that's okay. It's all a learning process. We work through it. If you follow the journey of his sweater, you realize I've done stuff like that before. It's like this right here is part of some ribbing. My husband's bigger than I am, but he's not that big, you know? So yeah, I had to pull out quite a bit with that. Previously, gauges lie. I did do the gauge swatch for his because I wanted to fit him. Do I do gauge swatches for everything? No, I don't really care. But that I really wanted to fit him. So I did do the gauge swatch. And gauges can lie. They can. When you get the weight of the yarn, it can stretch. You know, when you're doing like the little 4x4 square, it doesn't have the weight. It doesn't have anything else. So, you know, you don't always take that into account. Yeah, so, and I don't do a 4x4 square, but I did gauge. And yeah, so, okay. So that was my first. I tried to get that done. And yeah, it'll get done. It will. Honest, it will. Yeah, it'll get done. But I did successfully get some stuff completed this week, and I worked on a bunch of other stuff. Would you like to see those? Something maybe a little bit happier? Yeah. That's. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not crying. Here's my little bluebird. Can you call? Maybe it's bluebird of happiness. I don't know. It's so quirky. The eyes are freaking crooked. Did I put them on different? Oh, that's why. Look, they're on different rows. Of course they're crooked. You know, and these are the safety eyes, so it's not like you can take it. No wonder every time I go like that and try to line it up, it doesn't work. They're on different rows of the crocheting. I just noticed that. I did not notice that. I'm like, this is just a quirky looking little chicken. This is a pattern by Cinnamon Stitches. I think she has it. It's a tutorial. It's her little red hen. And yeah, so I don't know. I got to squish the eyes into place because that's on me. I didn't realize I put them on crooked. So I used 2 different yarns for this, and probably a G-hook. I used the worsted weight big twist value yarn, and then I used something that I had gotten from Hirschner's. The runner yarn on it was more like a sport-ish weight, and then it had these tufts in it, and that's what I wanted, was the little tufts. She used a furry, tufty, tweedy type of a yarn to, you know, give it that type of an effect. So I got this done, and the reason I made this is it is part of Lori's Mystery Yarn Challenge for June. Because the Postal Service has been so crazy in the month of May, for her challenge, the yarn was not shipped back and forth between all the different players. It was just working off of a list of, she's got like 7 crochet patterns to pick from, and she increased the knitting list to add a few more patterns to try to get some things that might be a little simpler or semi-quicker. We know knitting is not quick, so it's just whatever. She did great. She really did. So that is one of the projects for that, and that's one of them. And then the other one, and I'll have these linked down below. Maybe I'll just link her whole playlist. You know, you can go check it out. And then the other one is I crocheted a bucket hat. So I have the little bucket hat. Yeah, I like it. Look at that. So just the white cotton yarn, and followed the tutorial on this crochet tutorial. Very easy to follow, cute little results, you know, simple, quick. And that was her whole goal, was to make simple, fast projects that maybe you could just do all of them in the month if you chose to. You know, so there you go. But those are my finished projects for this week. I wanted to, like I said, have it as more finished with my husband's sweater. But although it's done, since I'm pulling it out, it's not really technically a finished project. Oh, yeah. And I found my chicken. I was working on my third emotional support chicken using fingering weight yarn, and it is really cute. And I commented that I am just where I just need to sew it together, right? I've got stuffing, I've got everything else, I've got the piece, I just need to sew it together, but I couldn't find it last week. What did I do? It was literally like right there, right there, right, just there. Yeah, I didn't see it. But there's other things that were in the way. So it was flat and everything, and on the side of the table that this thing is sitting on, right? So it was right there at the beneath. But because it wasn't lying flat, I didn't see it. You know, it had fallen off the table. So this is my third emotional support chicken that I'm working on. And you know, because you're brilliant, you will deduce it is not sewn together. It is not stuffed. Yeah, I thought I was ready for that, but I don't have the gusset. You know, it's supposed to have the gusset right here. Well, here's my big one. Here's my big one. Right? It's supposed to have this piece. Yeah. I don't think I made that piece. I think I just made this piece. So I'm not as close to being done with this as I thought, but I did find it. So that's part of it, right? I can, you know, potentially get it done now that I actually have it in my hot little hands. And then look how cute that is. Okay, so here's the fingering weight. That's just the #1 weight yarn. There you go. And here is worsted weight yarn, right? So we can see that huge difference in size. Very cute, very cuddly, you know, just adorable. There. So I'm not really sure when that one's going to get done. I did, like I said, located it, so really happy about that. Know where it's at. But the fact I don't have that gusset done, I was really hoping I had all the... I'd forgotten. But truthfully, you know, this is my third one. And even with the first two, as soon as I got this done, I was excited. It's like, look, I got the chicken done. I just need to sew it together. No, there's another piece. There's another piece. It's not hard. Just do it. Okay. Was I using 1s or 2s on this? Do you know? I don't remember. Stretchy. It's pretty. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. So that is that one. And then other things that we talked about, I got caught. I was showing this sweater that I made for my granddaughter, and I know you've seen it a couple times. This is the Queensland Collection Coastal Yarn. It's a cotton, 100% cotton yarn, and the pattern is Bitty Spruce, and it's absolutely adorable. And when I had gone to the yarn store, the owner was commenting, she really liked it and wanted to go ahead and, let me see if I can find that other skein, wanted to go ahead and talk about this, or yeah, full skein, right? Need full skein. She had this color, you know, and wanted to have something on display with the primary colors like this, because let's face it, this doesn't look fancy in the ball. It just doesn't, right? It's a cotton yarn and it's tightly wound in this hank, and it doesn't look, you know how some yarns you walk and everything, especially me, you know, you see any of like the hank yarns and stuff like that, you're like, oh my gosh, the colors are gorgeous and everything, and it's just the way it's displayed, it's just, you gravitate towards it. Well, I do anyway. And this, you know, if you've used it and you like it, then you know, but otherwise it's not one of those that just flies off the shelf. So she wanted to make one of these, and I commented, it's like, ooh, maybe I could start it without my husband noticing. Man, he busted me out so fast. Holy cow. I was sitting next to him. I started to cast on the neckline, and that was it. But I did get farther, because this is my skein that started out like that. There you go. Right? So I did get farther, and I generally go center pull, but this is pretty tightly wound. And then trying to dig in there for the center. I tried. I didn't succeed. All I did is right here, it's thicker and harder because it kind of pulled together. It's trying to knot up. And if I would have pulled it out, I probably would have pulled out this much, which I would have been fine with, you know, what we call yarn barf. I don't care. But that's where I'm at. There you go. Isn't it kind of funny? Yep, there you go. And let's see how far I got. So I have already done what's called splitting for the sleeves. This is top down. I have the wonderful collar done. I use size 6s for the collar, and I'm using 8s for the rest. I added a couple stitches on this one compared to that one. And look at here from the underarm down. So I've definitely got quite a bit of this sweater worked on and done. And I really like it with the primary colors. I'm really pleased with that. I like it more than I thought I was going to. I mean, I really got the yarn to make something for one of the grandkids. Not sure which one, but you know, one of them. I've got 5 grandkids. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out. And let's see, now that it's a little bit farther, you can see. Okay, so you can see how far that is. Working on it, right? Just getting it down there. Just the length. I'm not sure how long I'll end up making it. This was, the instructions said when you from the underarm until you wanted to do the ribbing, do 6 inches, and then the extra inch of the ribbing at the bottom to finish it off. And here I am just going and working my way. That is not 6 inches yet, but it's getting there. So that's exciting. Where am I at? Am I close? Am I whatever? All right, so in comparison, I'm right there. All right, so right there. So, you know, I've got a couple more inches if I want to make it the exact same, unless I decide to do a little bit longer, which I could see. Yeah, if I wanted to, what I could do is not break into the other skein, finish it off with this one, or as far as this may or may not go. I have no idea, right? It's cute. And then finish the blue at the bottom. And if I have any of that left, do 1 or 2 rounds on each sleeve and then put the cuffs on. I might be able to get that done with one of these and a partial of the blue. It doesn't matter to me since I have both of them, but for anyone else that may or may not want to be making these, you working for the economy of it, right? You know, one variegated and then one of the contrasting as opposed to 2 variegated that you're just barely touching that second skein, that type of a thing. But since I do have 2 of them and I've got plenty more of the blue and I have 2 grandsons, I could make matching. Not that the kids are always together at the same time wearing the same clothes, you know, but whatever. I could do that, right? That would actually be really cute. That would be really cute, wouldn't it? Little matching ones for the boys with that. And she had the red too. So, I mean, I could do that if I really wanted to. That would be a lot. I have a lot of ideas that don't always come to fruition because, you know, there's so many projects. But wouldn't that be cute? For pictures, my daughter's a photographer, getting all 5 of the grandkids together. They all have, you know, it would be that grandma picture, you know, the ones that you see where they're always telling everyone to, you know, take the needles and the hooks away from Nana. It'd be that one. So all the boys wearing theirs with the blue and the girls wearing with red, just to differentiate. I mean, you know, it's still unisex. And having a picture with all 5 of the grandkids with the primary colors on like that, and they're all wearing their little sweaters. I think that would be really cute. That'd be a little bit of a commitment with everything else going on because, you know, we like to make lots of things. We do. And this is already the second one. But that's a fun idea. That's actually a really fun idea. Who knows? Well, I don't know. So let's see. What else did I work on this week? You know I worked on some other stuff. I did. I worked on my square. Yeah, look at that. I didn't get it done. I'm really slacking on the squares, but I'm having fun with everything else. This square is, I believe, square number 19, and I like it. It's got a lot of twisted stitches. And I know you're like, it's not a square. Well, it will be when I get it off the circular needles and everything. It'll be, let me see, for those that haven't seen them, it'll be like this, not the same pattern. This is 17 inches blocked. It is a big twist value yarn, big twist value. This yarn's 380 yards. It is a number 4 worsted weight, 100% acrylic, just a typical value yarn. And I'm using size 8s. Now the patterns are Anne Regourd. She is on Ravelry. She's a designer from Paris. And she's set upon herself this task of doing 52 squares in the year. 52. And for the first week, they are free. I'll have in the link down below This one, if you want to look at, but by the time you see this, this one will be paid for. And I'll also have the new one because they are available Monday through the following Sunday, but it's Paris time. So by the time this is up, the new one, I haven't looked at it yet, but it will be free. And if you wanted to download it, by all means, go for it. I've got all of them. I have collected every single one of them. I've made, I think, about 16 of them, and I am working on putting them together into blankets and stuff. And evidently I've gotten a little slower because I was finishing one a week, and this isn't done. It's not done. I know, you're like, I can see it's not done. I know, but I had to say it anyway. So still working on it though. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the new one is. I mean, I'm like a little kid. Every week I look forward to it, even though I've got other things going on that I'm working on. I still want to see what it is. So that will be a lot of fun to go ahead and look at that. So I did get some stuff done on that. And then, since, you know, if you haven't already seen it, like I said, my husband just ordered Arcane Fibre yarns for me, and then Tyler also gave me a gift, and it wasn't because it was me. Evidently, Tyler's the creative genius behind Arcane Fibre Works. He's the dyer. Evidently, I don't know what spurs it on. Is it like the Willy Wonka golden ticket? You know, I had an extra skein of yarn in my package, and it wasn't like it was a mistake. It was clearly labeled gift. Whoa, that was crazy. So since he did that, that spurred me on to working on his sweater made with Arcane Fibre yarns. And we recognize this bag, don't we? My friend gave me the bag. It's just adorable. The bee themed and the gnomes. I mean, how much cuter could you get? But this is where I keep my sweater hidden. And it's been hidden for a while. I put it on the needles. Look at that. Look, see, that's a sleeve. It's a little sleeve. It's a tiny little sleeve, but it's there. It's something. I got it. Look, see? I know, that's a lot. So the whole body of this is completed. I do have the body done. I just have to put on how long do I want the sleeves. I have plenty of both colors left. This, if you're interested, this is the Busy Bee colorway, and this is the charcoal colorway, and this is fingering weight yarn. I'll have the pattern listed down below too. And the pattern is free on Ravelry, and it was a lot of fun to make. It really was. This is fingering weight yarn. I used size 4 knitting needles throughout, and I'm enjoying it. It's beautiful, and it's just been sitting for a long time because it's been on waiting for sleeves. So it's time. It's time to put some sleeves on there. I've got gorgeous yarns that my husband just got me, and I would like to finish some things before I wind them and use them. But we can see that right there, how much I've gotten on that. So being the size yarn and everything and the needle size, that's actually a pretty good chunk. 1 stitch counts. I'm just going to throw that out there. 1 stitch counts. I did at least 1 stitch. Yes, that's progress. So really pleased. Happy with that. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to get that in the works. I don't know, maybe next time I'll show it on. I think the sleeve right now is just a little bit longer than this. Yeah, because this is close fitting and this is just barely a sleeve. So it's just a little bit longer than this, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to make them. But once I get a bit longer, maybe down to here or so on on one of them, then I'll start on the other side, because I've got the one portion of a skein left and then going into charcoal, so that way I can make sure they're even. My plan and goal to make sure that they're even is, right now I'm just going knitting around and around and around. I've not decreased any stitches. I plan on decreasing some stitches, but right now I have not. So once I get to the part where I'm ready to maybe do some decreases, then I'll start on the other arm, get them both to the same point, and then go back and forth, you know, work on one till I do a decrease and then back on the other. That'll keep me better in the frame to finish that. And then it'll also help me to make sure that my sleeves are even and the same. My logic is, if I make a mistake on one, I've made a mistake on the other, they match, that's good enough. And I'm good with that. I'm really good with that, right? Just know your limits, know what's important to you, and know how those things work. And I'm really good with that, right? Because you call it a design feature. If they're on both sides, then obviously you meant to do it. That's brilliant. That's using your head. That's brilliant. That's the way you should all be. We should all be that way. Some mistakes have to be removed, taken out, like my husband's sweater, for it to look better on him. and for him to be more comfortable in it and everything, I will redo the neckline. But if I were to steal his sweater, I would leave it as is because I think it looks cute on me. But on him, I can see why he would want it closer. So, you know, that's okay. It's his sweater, not mine. I might borrow it, maybe. I don't know. Could be. Yes. But, yeah, there is that. What else have I worked on? We know I had. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I put this out of the way. Let me see. Okay. So, I also worked on his. He got a lot of worked on stuff. I worked on his blanket. His blanket. Last we left off. I want to. Don't pull the stitches out. Don't pull the stitches out. That's bad. Let's see. The last we left off on it, I was right around here, right in that area. I finished off what I had going on with the wool ease right here, the wool ease Fair Isle. I finished off that part, and then I started that brushed again. It's underneath his sweater because I just stacked everything on top of it. I fell off the chair. But I did start with that. I got a couple more inches. It is about to here on him. He is 6'1", so I definitely have more to go, but it's a visible difference. I know I could stand up, but it's not going to help you out, right? It's just a lot. There's just a lot. It's just a lot of fabric. It's just a whole bunch of a lot, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And I'm not doing any specifics on where I split the color from the wool ease to the brushed acrylic. Yeah, so just doing it however I feel like it. And I'm enjoying the way it's working out. I really like the way that it feels. Absolutely amazing. So that is enjoyable. So yeah, he got a lot of yarny goodness crafting time attention. Do you notice that? Got a sweater worked on, done except for, yeah. And then the blanket worked on. I mean, that's a good chunk. I mean, that is my first time doing a human size knitted blanket. Yeah, right. I've done children's size. I know kids are humans. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about adult size, you know, but my first really big knit blanket. Some of you out there, you are working on king and queen size blankets. God love you, one stitch at a time. I understand why you put it down and you work on other things, but you know what? Every time you pick it up and you put on 1 or 2 stitches, you are making progress. It will get done. Maybe not in that 2 months that you planned on or whatever it was, but that doesn't matter. It will still get done. I have faith and confidence in you. God bless you working on a king or a queen blanket. This is a twin. There you go. And then the other thing that I have going on, is there something else down on the bottom of this? I don't know. I got yarn in the mail for the Mystery Yarn Challenge for May. And I'm a little slower on this one because it is fingering weight yarn, and I decided not to do a simple, fast, quick project because evidently sometimes when it comes to crafts and the yarning world, I'm a little bit of a dingbat, but that's okay. I get myself into crafting trouble, and you know, truthfully, I don't have a problem with it. It's just, that's the way my mind works. That's the way my brain goes. And I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. And then I forget that I need to sleep. I forget I have a full-time job. I forget that my husband actually likes to be around me and actually likes it when I pay attention to him. I know, weird, right? Married going on 33 years and the man still loves me. I mean, yes, right? And then I forget we've been watching the grandkids for a while. So I don't know why I jump into these big projects, but I do. I see the yarn and I get excited, and all of those things in my life, they don't matter. It's like they get all hazy and they disappear. And then I start new things. And I wonder why I don't have as much finish as I think I should have. That's okay. I'm happy though. So there is that. I'm happy. Yeah. And you know, knitting and crocheting is not my full-time job, because if I had to rely on finished projects to get a paycheck, I wouldn't be so happy. Yeah, that's true. But here's the yarns that I got. Look at those. That's my inspiration. Those are my 3 yarns. All fingering weight yarn, and you know, beautiful. This one has sparkles in it, you know, and I'm like, I could have done something easy and simple. That would have been the smart thing to do. But in my crafting world and journeys, I don't always pick the smart route, and I don't always pick the easy route. I pick whatever is lighting me on fire at that moment. And you know what lit me on fire at that moment? Making a shawl. I don't know why it was funny too, because I'm like, I want to make a shawl. And then somebody kind of tap me on the shoulder, so to speak, is a virtual tap on the shoulder because it was through YouTube comments. Like, don't you have a lot of shawls right now? No, I don't. I wasn't lying. I didn't think I did. And then I went back to thinking about what they were talking about and going, oh, I do. So look at this. So I got more of, I don't like all the ends, but I'm going to weave those in at the end, which I don't like to do either, but whatever. Because this is kind of loose on the edge. So look at that. It has grown. Isn't that pretty? So the whole thing on this is once it's done, it's a big boomerang, asymmetrical type shawl, is there will be 4 of those lace sections with that turquoise yarn, and then the rest of them is what's called garter stitch in between, and it's going to be lovely. I'll make it as big as I make it, if that makes any sense. Whatever, you know, lights myself on fire, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, definitely needs to be a little bit longer than I would think. I mean, this is cute. This is absolutely adorable, just like this. It's just this little neck kerchief. Nobody says I have to make it exactly as the pattern, which is, you know, a lot bigger. Each row gets a little bit bigger. We know how that goes. So at the beginning, for this particular pattern, it's quicker. And then it gets a little slower, but it's not hard, right? So all of this, that's 2 colors. I'm striping these. So I do 2 rows of this color, then 2 rows of this, and I keep going back and forth. And that's what makes this gorgeous pattern here. And then after I've done that for a whole lot of time, then I add some of this lace in there. And what I like about that is there are like, oh, don't snag the yarn. Do not snag the yarn in the bag. Bad news. Don't break the yarn. Okay. We're not going to play? We're not going to play. All right. Well, so it's still attached to the bag. It's stuck to the zipper. I'll fix that. But on this right here, you've got some darker bits in there that really play well with this. And, you know, almost look like it's part of this skein since I just wrapped that over top of it. See that? But it almost looks like it could be part of that. So it really marries them up together. So you've got all these different colors, but then it goes very, very well. So I'm enjoying that. I like, look at that. Look how pretty that is. That looks good. How much bigger would you make it? So this is my May Mystery Yarn Challenge. I know it is already June. I have not finished it. That is okay. That is, you know, I have made a good faith effort. I will continue to work on it. I knew that that could be the possibility in the case. And maybe if this is the only thing that I worked on, I could have finished that in the month. It was kind of aggressive to go, oh, fingering weight shawl. Let's get a whole fingering weight shawl done in a month. Yeah, but oh well, that's fine. I'm gonna love it. I'll keep it for a little while and then it'll probably go to somebody else. But that's, I don't know who. It just, things tend to move on, right? I don't know if you're like that too. I do. I make things and sometimes the true owner will come along and present themselves. And what I mean by that is, you know, you'll make something and then, you know, you'll have a visitor, friends, family you haven't seen in a while and everything, you know, me, I like to show off my yarn room and all that other stuff. It's like my own little yarn store. And, you know, and then the projects that I have made, and somebody will look at something that you've made and they make the perfect ooh and ah noise. You know, they gush over it. They absolutely love it. They're, you know, they'll appreciate it appropriately. And since you're watching this, you're a knitter or a crocheter or both, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And some people are worthy of our crafts because they appreciate the time and energy and effort we put into it. And other people are worthy of a gift card. That doesn't mean they're bad people. They just don't understand what we've gone through and put into it. And they would appreciate the gift card of whatever more than they would appreciate something that we took a month or 2 working on, right? So that's totally fine. But sometimes the right person, what I call the true owner, comes along and they ooh and ah in just the right manner. And I'm like, here, take it. You can have it. You can take it off my body. I might actually be wearing the piece, which has happened more than once. And there you go. And now it has a new owner. It has happened. And if I can find it through all my pictures, I will do so. I have an aunt that, you know, I had this gorgeous hot green crescent shawl. I had just finished it. I had just blocked it. I had worn it to a gathering and I didn't wear it home. I didn't wear it home. It had a new owner. It found a new home. And we know how I feel about my bright lime greens and stuff. And I made this and it was stunning and it was gorgeous. And I just dreamed over it and it took a while and, you know, all that stuff. It had a new owner. Yeah. Yeah. My mother-in-law's good at that too. She gets a lot of stuff. She has the right tone, man. She has the right tone, and yep, she has taken scarves off my neck before. Not viciously, not meanly, but you know, my husband, it's even a joke. The last time that had happened, I had made a scarf, a long scarf, and I really liked the way that it looked and it felt and everything. And I planned on wearing it a bit more and using it and stuff like that, right? And we were going somewhere and we were meeting up with her, and she's a wonderful person. If you have a mother-in-law, I hope you have a mother-in-law like I do. But she's absolutely wonderful. And he looked at me and he said, "You gonna wear that?" And I said, "Yeah, it looks great. It looked great with my outfit and everything." And I was proud of it and I was showing it off. He said, "You know you're going to give it to my mom." "No, I'm not. I'm going to hold firm." I'm like this. I went like this. I'm going to hold firm. I'm going to say, "No, it's mine." And he said, "No, you're not. You're going to give it to her. I know exactly what's going to happen. She's going to look at it. She's going to like it. It's going to match her stuff that she wears and everything too. It's going to look great. And you're going to give it to her." And I swore up and down, "Nope, I'm not going to do it. It's mine. I'm holding firm." And yeah, she got it. Yep, she sure did. It's just, that's the giving nature. I think it's crafters. I think it is, we're giving people, you know. I'm sure there's some of us that aren't, right? But in general, we are really giving people. And yeah, she got it. She sure did. And he's like, we got home, he's like, "Told you so, told you so." He's doing that. He's like, "Told you so. I knew it. Ha, 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 ha." He's making fun of me. It was kind of funny. I set myself up. I mean, it's true. It's, yeah. You know, hopefully you have people in your life that are that appreciative, that maybe you do that type of thing too, because I think that's a blessing. I've gotten some comments from some people that are like, they don't have anyone around or they don't have something like that, the people that actually really appreciate it. So I look at it as a blessing. I might joke about it, but that's why I make things and that's why I give them away, because I got the joy of making it and I get to see the joy of how happy they are when they receive it. And of course I pick who the people are, because again, some people are worthy of handmaids. Other people are worthy of the local gift card. It's just, you know, we all have differences, and that's how that goes. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye.